hate to say that we were kidnapped and brought here. It's true. It's not hate to say that we were Jim Crow, discriminated and segregated. It's true.
Our problem has been, as black people, we've always been concerned about white America, never about...
I can't be a pessimist because I'm alive. To be a pessimist means that you have agreed that human life is an academic matter.
We might not be back. I might be in jail. I might be anywhere. But when I leave, you can remember I said with the last words on my lips that I am a revolutionary. And you're going to have to keep on saying that.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. Whatever time you're watching this, let me change this camera angle. Production on the fly. Please forgive. Please forgive. Please forgive. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for tapping in. This is Brian Williams, Brian HRap B. Williams, tapping in from the End of the Bench Media, presenting to you a few minutes with HRap. I do this Monday through Friday, every day, give you about 20, 25, 30 minutes of me talking about things that I think we need to address in order to make our community a better place, a safer place, and a more prosperous place. Thank you for tapping in. You already know I'm going to ask you to do. I'm going to ask you to hit that like and share. First and foremost, hit that like and share. Hit that like, hit that share. Tap in, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Also, if you're watching this after it is live, I want you to go to www.thaendofdabench.com and watch it there. You give me traction on my website, which helps me fund the program. And if you help me fund the program, it'll continue to get better and better and continue to grow exponentially. You're doing me a favor. I also need you to hit that like, share, tell a friend, and tap in. Country Boy will be providing the Black History on One Mic History. Go to his page and subscribe as well. Country Boy, ONEMIC History. It's awesome work. Give you a piece of his work. You get a piece of his work, a piece of my work, and we all hopefully be enhanced. Today, I'm going to talk about lies, and how we are living a lie. There are lies unlimited. We're going to talk about the President of the United States. We're going to talk about the things that are going on. We'll talk about the State of the Union address. I'm going to talk about a myriad of things in a small period of time. Shout out to the people who help me every day and support me. The new subscriber I got today, thank you as well. Got a new subscriber today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You looked at some of my shorts, and guess what? You subscribe. Obviously, I'm saying something that you want to hear. It is greatly appreciated. And if you want to contribute to the development of the program, the End of the Bench, THAENDOFDABENCH. If you send $1, if you send $10,000, it is greatly appreciated. Respect to you for all the people who support me. Support and respect to my parents, Dolores and John. I always say Dolores with my left hand. Somebody asks me, why you always say Dolores with your left hand? My mother's left hand, I'm left hand. John is my father. Without them, there's no me. Without me, you'll be watching an NBA game or something along that nature. So allow me to continue. Let me start. Lies unlimited. A couple of days ago, the President of the United States gave with the annual State of the Union address what he's going to address. He addressed things that he saw that was incorrect with the country and how he's going to fix it. It was fact checked. This dude's telling lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie after lie. And the problem is this. How is it that you were born from 1984 going backward to the beginning of time, no matter how old you are, and you have the mentality of, I don't really do politics. Why don't you really do politics? Everything in politics affects you. Oh, I don't have any children. I'm old. Me too. My children are adults. My children are childbearing age, 27 to 31. Got children. I'm responsible for 5 people. I'm responsible for 10 people. I'm responsible for me, my lady, our children. How about that? So my children are at childbearing ages or already have children, right? So these are things that affect me. How he want to put the Department of Education in the hand of the states. Guess what, people? That is called states' rights. If you're not familiar with, you might not be into politics, but you know what you are in? You're in a union that at one point was fractured, and they had a war over this about states' rights because some states wanted the right to own your ancestors. You want to go back to that? Maybe, huh? Or do you want to have the United States federal government that looms over the country and does what's best for the entirety of the country, not for the state of Texas, the state of Alabama, the state of California? Because guess what? If Texas really got angry and California really got angry, this country would go straight in the toilet. because Texas and California, they finance Mississippi, Alabama, Louisiana, Kentucky, West Virginia. They literally pay for those states. The money that you get from the state, but we want to have states' rights. You don't want to have a Department of Education because you don't want the truth taught. You want to this country will never be woke again. First of all, this country's never been woke. If as many people were as liberal minded and peace and love and together, if it was truly about that, explain to me why the chains of the Statue of Liberty are covered up over our ankles. Explain to me why that is not the statue that was initially offered to the United States to offer for liberty, because the original one had a black woman with chains in her hand. You ready for this? A black woman with chains in her hand. And that was because black people were no longer incarcerated. Because we're not going to talk emancipated in plantations. Nope. You were a prisoner of war, and you were constantly under attack. 339 years of slavery, 160 years of madness, and guess what? That's 500 years of tyranny. But you don't want us to learn it because we want our children to feel bad. Guess what? I'm gonna give you an example of why my child feels bad. Hey man, your grandmama was this. Your grandmama was this. My grandfather was this. My grandfather was this. Guess what my son can't say? My grandfather. Because my grandfather died in the streets fighting for liberty. He didn't die in the streets. He was hitting the head in the streets and fighting for liberty in the community, and then died at a later date. Right in front of my mama, causing her a ridiculous amount of trauma. And now she got to raise 3 children, and then she got and then her parents died, and now she got to help raise her sister and brother and raise 3 children and work every day and go to school and things like that. So how the hell do I feel? How the hell do my children feel? Hey, how the hell will my grandchildren feel? Because they didn't get the chance to have a grandmother or a great grandmother. I did. Esther Whitmore, Theodore Whitmore. I knew them. I got a nickname to this day because I had a great grandfather in my life. So you worry about your damn children. What about mine? But see, we're not going to talk about that. We don't want to get rid of diversity, equity, and inclusion. Good, because white women benefited from that. Because you had rich white men putting businesses in their rich white wives' name, and they're getting benefits from the companies. And guess what? 2 to 5% of black people is getting those contracts. So you're kicking yourself. I remember I told y'all weeks ago, evil is easy to defeat because evil comes straight at you. Goodness comes from all angles. You can get a blessing from over here. You get a blessing from over here. You get a blessing from down there. You get a blessing. I just talked to one of my closest buddies, man, my brother. And we were talking about how blessing comes in any way, shape, form, or fashion. Evil comes right at you. This is the beauty in this. So guess what? A lot of us, if you were born from 1985 on back, you real close to that Social Security age, but they want to mess with that Social Security. Everybody else, see, the COVID was population control. Really? Was COVID population control? What the hell is reduction in Medicare, reduction in Medicaid, and messing with the Social Security? That means elders are going to die. It is literally people walking around in the United States of America that think it's somebody that was getting paid for Social Security at 130 years old. Boy, stop. Stop it. You cannot be that stupid. And you know what? I usually go, well, you can't be that uninformed. No, you would literally have to be stupid to believe that. Stupid. There ain't no soft shoe way out. No, that's stupid. We're being lied to. We're being duped. We don't want DEI. We want affirmative action. You don't want affirmative action? Well, explain to me how 40% of students in most of these big time PWIs, predominantly white institutions, are 40% of them are legacy students. You know what a legacy student is? That means my parent graduated from this school and my parent donated. So we over at the Williams Center, we're at the Pollard Center, we're at the Whitmore Center, we're at the Harper Center, or wherever center it is. And my parents and grandparents donated money to that. That's what that means. So you get to come to school, you don't have to pass the test. George W. Bush was a C student across the board, but he has a degree that says he graduated from one of the most prestigious institutions in the United States of America. But you don't want affirmative action. See, it's affirmative action when your black behind benefit or a non-white person benefits from it. And then they get people to sign up for that foolishness. The Asian community got together and had them take down legislation for affirmative action. And guess who's suffering? The Asian community, because a lot of black people didn't try to go to that school, no way. But hey, you keep signing up for the boot to the behind, and you're going to keep getting it. hey, I heard this saying when I was about 8 years old. You keep standing in front of the ass kicking machine, putting quarters in it, and wonder why your ass is sore. And that's what's happening to the people in the United States of America. He's doing something different. Yeah, he's breaking the law. He's lying in front of the world, and he's a bully. I understand that there has literally been a president sitting in the White House who has a photograph of him in a Ku Klux Klan outfit, but it is a hidden situation. This dude is reading right out of the playbook of Mein Kampf. You don't have to agree with me. If that's what you do, you go look up Mein Kampf, listen to the playbook, destroy the media, discredit the media, make the government look like it's erroneous, and then you make moves to take over. He's destroyed the media. Fake news, but he's lying. And when you check his lies, hey, why are you checking the lies? Because we need the truth. And then what do? And then you make a villain. Brown people, brown Asians, brown South Americans, brown Latinos, and black ass people from Africa. No matter what, you could be foundational, dude. How are you separating yourself from your past? Tell you what, this is what I'm gonna do. This is how stupid deleting something from your past is. I'm gonna tell you to delete one day from your past. How about this? The date that you was born. All I need you to delete, me, August 6th. Delete that day back to the year I was born. All of a sudden, it's a different situation, ain't it? That's how important your past is. But they tell you that's the old school way. That's not important. Yes, the hell it is. It is very important. It is very important. But we don't want to make it seem as if it's important because we've been duped into believing, the Democrats ain't doing nothing. The Democrats did exactly what you asked them to do. Absolutely nothing. The Republicans did and they don't even look. Dealing with the Democrats and the Republicans, having the Republicans tell you what the Democrats are not doing, it's literally like a girl who is who don't want to put out. No disrespect, ladies. Don't want to put out. Don't want to kiss you. Don't want to hold your hand. Don't want to go on dates with you. But she highlights, your girlfriend don't do this. Well, what are you gonna do? I don't do all that girlfriend stuff. So what are we talking about? This is what we're dealing with. Lies on top of lies, on top of lies, on top of lies, on top of lies. And y'all keep falling for it. It is the proverbial banana in the tailpipe. But we're okay with the banana in the tailpipe because it's different. What the hell you mean it's different? Oppression ain't new. Oppression is old as this country. So you don't want to be oppressed by this group anymore. You want to be oppressed by a new group, a bunch of lying heathens, lying jackals. That's what they are, a bunch of lying, despicable jackals. You want to do away with the EPA, so the environment gonna be messed up. So how are you gonna plant your crops so you can eat? You want to do away with the Food and Drug Administration so they can put any type of poisonous food so they can make profit off your death. You don't want education to be done because then you won't be able to look up what we're doing to you and know that it's illegal. Who wants to do away with education? Because doesn't education make your nation stronger? The smarter the people are, the stronger the nation is. The stronger the nation is, the more beneficial it is. The more beneficial it is, the more people at the top make. More people at the top make, they should be happy. A rising tide lifts all boats. But they just want their boats right there and knock over your little tugboats and little rowboats. That's the difference. It's time for history. Y'all see the thing on the screen. Y'all already know. It's time for history. This is the history portion of the show. Thank you for tapping in. I will be back shortly. You will learn a little bit about history right here. Only a little bit because I need my man Country Boy to get all the credit he can get. You go watch Country Boy's contribution to the show on his One Mic History, or you go to www.thaendofdabench.com and watch it there. He's going to get the credit. I get the credit. One hand washes the other. Both hands wash the face. I'll be back shortly. This is Country Boy for One Mic History, telling you stuff about the secrets of passing white. Living a life.
Miles to your brother's wedding, you are met with severe racism, only to later return donning a turban and adopting an accent. Suddenly, you're transformed from an oppressed black man to a South Asian Indian who is suddenly treated with some respect and courtesy. This was the reality of Reverend Jesse Roulet. His story was widely publicized and even included on the front page of the New York Times in November 1947. Theodosius Lewis, a Harlem Renaissance writer and editor, pointed out the irony of Roulet's experiment in the Interracial Review. It highlighted the folly and the injustice of racial discrimination. See, it wasn't that long ago that the shade of your skin could dictate your entire life's trajectory. So many Black and brown individuals had European features such as thin noses, lighter hair, lighter skin, or straightened hair would make the decision to pass themselves as white. And today we're going to talk about it. If you like stories like this, you can find more stories like this at onemichistory.com. If you'd like to support the channel, you can do so on my Buy Me Coffee Patreon page in the description below. But without further ado, let's get started.
Are you ready to see your brand on TV? Your competitors will wish they had known about Vibe. With Vibe, you can launch target.
Enough country boy One Mic History. We ain't gonna talk about that no more. But and guess what? Even more reason for you to hopefully that intrigued you, and then you just go to www.thaendofdabench.com and watch it, or you can go right here on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. I prefer you watch on the End of the Bench, but hey, man, 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I need you to just watch. Hit that like, hit that share, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tap in. But as you saw, people are doing everything they can to adapt to this whiteness. What if I told you white people want to make up 10% of the entire planet? Less than 10. What if I told you they're the youngest people on the planet? You ever notice that you don't hear about 100,000 go 5,000 years ago in Europe? Why not? You know, they tell you that Africa is the most primitive place in the world, but you got buildings that are 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 years old. I'm just saying. Why would you follow around your little brother? You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Why would you follow around somebody who has literally 10,000, at a minimum, 10,000 less years of history than you do? You know, there are buildings on the continent of Africa that are older than the United States of America. They're older than anything in Europe. But you have been duped into believing that that's where everything comes from. No, it doesn't. That's where everything was stolen and taken to, but that's not where it comes from. Do you, one more thing. Do you know neurosurgery is on the meta-nature? Oh, my bad. Because y'all think it's called hieroglyphics meta-nature. Look into it. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Work with me. Now, back to what you just saw. Country Boy highlighted in One Mic History right here on YouTube. Go check it out if you want. He got a ton of content. I need you to support him, support me, so we can help uplift the community together. Now, you just saw something. Passing for white. I'm gonna take off my natural garb and I'm gonna sit in a specific way. I'm gonna adapt to an Americanized accent so I can be accepted. Guess who else does that? It's a few people on television. I said I would never say these 3 names on my program. I'll add the name. He probably gonna unfollow me on Twitter if he see this, because I do post on all social media platforms. If he follow me, he see this. XTBY, sucks to be you. You shouldn't be living on 2800 Sucker Street. Now, Stephen A. Smith, Candace Owen, Jason Whitlock, Marcellus Wiley has joined. He has his own separate car on, I'm not going to say that word, on the train. It sounds like Daniel Boone train, but that, exactly. Now, the reason I say that about these brothers and sisters, because they're pulling the bait and switch. They're pulling the bait and switch. What is the bait and switch? I am going to talk about things that are partially Black, but I'm going to face Black, but I am speaking white supremacist terms. See, there's one thing to do the wrong thing, and everyone in the history of the world is responsible for their own actions. But as I stated every day this week, if you want to reference me from a crabs in the barrel perspective, you also have to reference the fact that, or bring in the fact that a crab's natural habitat is not in a barrel. So whatever I do in a chaotic situation, I am responsible for it, But the person who put me in that chaotic situation must also be responsible. Now, let's move forward. The reason I single out those individuals, because they are part of the bait and switch. How are they part of the bait and switch? They're part of the bait and switch simply because you ever notice every time the young lady Candace Owens, this middle-aged man called Stephen A. Smith, another middle-aged man called Jason Whitlock, another middle-aged man called Marcellus Wiley, anytime they start chirping, shortly thereafter, legislation is passed because that's what's going on. They are literally pawns in this game of life. Coincidence is a beautiful word. I don't believe in it. Again, I was just talking to my brother Mo. It's coincidental with something that happened with him. It was also coincidental something happened with my man Dana Ballard 10 years apart. And guess what? The exact same thing. So was that coincidence, or was that the way it was supposed to go? I'm a waver on the side that that's the way it was supposed to go. Jason Whitlock comes out and talks about Serena Williams and her husband getting into an argument. Stephen A. Smith makes the galactically stupid statement that he should run for president. I wouldn't vote for Stephen A. Smith for dog catcher. Candace Owens, she comes out and blames the media, and now she wants to be down, and then she steps away. And now Marcellus Wiley wants to argue with D.L. Hughley. The world is built on a distraction at this point, because if I get you over here looking at this chaos, because we're chaos junkies, that's why we watch Basketball Wives, that's why we watch all kinds of reality TV, that's why we're on Twitter watching people fight and videos at Walmart throwing canned goods at each other. That's why we keep seeing people shot to death, because chaos. If it bleeds, it leads. Never forget that. So you're looking at the chaos. Meanwhile, I don't really participate in politics because they over there stripping all your rights, creating laws, defunding schools, and meanwhile, our tax dollars are going to save Tesla because this dude is cash poor, but object rich. He has stocks that he has to use to pay his bills, and if those stocks continue to drop, and it's down 35% from last time I checked, that means he's not going to be able to pay his debt. That means they're going to repo all his things. See, it's cool to have a lot of things, but if you continue to spend, guess what? If I have a $500,000 car, a $500,000 house, and a $500,000 watch, and a $500,000 pair of shoes, yeah, I got $2 million collectively. I'm worth $2 million, but I don't have any cash. Hey, Mo, can you buy my lunch, man? You know I got it. Look at this watch. Look at that car. Look at that house. I'm worth that, but I don't have it. And that's where he is. And he has a lackey who's currently posing as the president of the United States. He's probably cutting in on, he getting a better cut. At some point, they will bump heads, because we also know that we're dealing with a person with a small mind and a narcissistic point of view. So a narcissist and an imperialist cannot live in the same space. Somebody's going to have to bow down, and then somebody's going to rise up, and then chaos, boom, it explodes. But up until and including that moment, we must stop being distracted by the moronic statements of these video talking heads that have no bearing on us. We can no longer participate in that foolish and that madness because it's not benefiting us. With that being said, I'm about to close out. But before I close out, I want to address other people who are distractions. And hey, man, hopefully the Beehive do catch hold of this and attack me and subscribe and hate on me and then get me rich, because that's what I want to do. I ain't gonna lie. But no disrespect to the sister Beyonce, to the brother Kevin Hart, to the brother Jamie Foxx, and all these other celebrities that come on TV and they be black conveniently. First of all, they don't care about us. The most popular song in America over the last 6 months has been "They're Not Like Us." See, y'all think he's only referring to Drake. He's referring to these celebrities too. And the reason I say he's referring to these celebrities too is this. Why is it that the only time it's so they don't want to give the award to a black man? Why you ain't a black man any other time of the day? When you don't get the little pretty trophy that you want, you're a black man. If you don't get the job you want, you're a black man. But as long as that paper coming in, and as long as you're being guarded over, you're not, hey man, we are the world, we are the children, we don't want to make the better days, so let's start giving. No, we don't want to hear that no more. Rich people and working class, the poor people, they not like us. Because guess what? She ain't gonna get none of these people who charging $300 or $400 for their concert tickets and $100 for parking, and then you're gonna charge me $1,000 to take a picture with me. You don't give a damn about working class people because I'm trying to make my paper. Cool, make it. I'm not listening to your music. I'm not watching your movies. I'm not doing none of that. Now, some of these celebrities, they step out on faith and speak up for us. But I don't want to hear I don't want to see no more Jimmy Kimmel interviews. See, it's hard for a black person to make a movie. No, it's not. Because my man Ice Cube made Friday on $4 million of his own money. And he turned it over to a production company and signed over most of his rights, which is kind of stupid because that's why you left NWA, because you didn't like the cut. But anyway, and then it blew up and you only getting a cut of your idea. Listen to that. You are not getting 99. You're not getting, it ain't an 80-20 split. I get 80, you get 20. They're probably a 50-50, which ain't bad, but I did the movie. I recorded it. I got F. Gary. I got the cast. I wrote the script, and you going to get 30% of what I'm doing? No, you can probably get 5. You can get your money back and then consistently get money off of it, but that ain't the way it works. But these people don't care about us. They only care about us when they get jammed up by the cops. They get jammed up in the courts. They don't get the awards they want. Because guess what? Why is it that all these comedians, and anybody who knows me know Eddie Murphy is my favorite entertainer in the history of the world, but he no longer does comedy, so this don't count for Eddie Murphy. Because for what people to say, Eddie Murphy is putting everybody he can on. So salute to Eddie Murphy. But how is it that all these comedians coming up and booming, right? Why is it in the black? Why are y'all still at the Comedy Store and the Improv and the this and the that and the Jokes and Notes and all these places? It's a ton of comedians here from Chicago. Why don't y'all have your own comedy club and it's a comedy circuit? There's a ton of musicians all over the world. Why ain't y'all got your own? This comedy club could double as a venue so we can put our own people in there. Oh, well, they ain't gonna green light movies. Okay, if you I'm only worth $4 million, but you know what? You're worth celebrity A lady. You're worth $8 million, which means you probably have access to it at least $500,000 that you can put your hands on or get a loan for. Celebrity B, you can do the same thing. Celebrity C, D, E. It don't cost $4 million. It don't cost $500,000. I mean, it don't cost $5 million to make a movie. You have Tyler Perry Studios. You have Loose Change, 50 Cent. I'm not teasing. And I don't care if you diss me or not, Curtis. But you got 50 Cent Studios. Guess what? You got Tim Reed Studios in Virginia. You can film things there, and you can create them, and you can put them out, and you can go to Mansa, and we can follow you. Because guess what? You got 11 million Twitter followers. Go over to Mansa, download that app, and then wherever we go, that's where the money will go. But we're not doing that. Because we want to get pimped, because we want to be accepted. Stop listening to celebrities about life and working class. Stop listening to celebrities, period. Stop listening to people like LaShawn K. Ford here in Chicago doing big things. Yeah, Tara Stamps. I grew up with Tara. She's second generation or second and third generation doing big things in the community. One of my lodge brothers, Past Master Wright, doing big things. He used to have me out even before I joined the lodge. Under the Wacker Drive, handing out food to homeless on every Sunday morning. Every Sunday morning. See, we need to be paying attention to people like that. And not the people on TV who they will never get pulled over. When next time Jay-Z or Beyonce gonna get pulled over? No disrespect. When next time Brother Kendrick Lamar gonna get pulled over? They not. When the lights go off, when they're in their cars, it's somebody else driving. You tense up. When you're doing 5 miles over the speed limit, you see the state trooper, you tense up because you really might not have that extra $75, $80, $100 for that speeding ticket. We need to start listening to the people who are in part of our struggle and not used to be part of the struggle. They got a saying, all skin folks ain't kin folks. Just because we ain't got the same, just because we got the same skin, that don't mean that you are in the stress that I'm in. So what we're gonna start doing is paying attention to our community politics. Then we're gonna city politics. county politics, state politics. And until we get Bozo the Clown out of there, we're going to have to do something about the federal politics. But we can work. We can sign petitions. You're part of the Divine Nine. You watching this? Guess what? It's a couple million of y'all. Y'all create a petition and have all your Divine Nine members sign, and then you have your family members sign, and then we send it to the government and say, hey, y'all need to put a stop to this. And that's how the government works. You need to learn these things instead of learning lyrics to songs. Remember, if you're of the age I told you, from 1985 on back, there was a one point in your life where you were singing a song too well. Somebody in your family said, I hope you learn that stuff in school as well as you know that song. So if you know what time your favorite show come on, you know what day your favorite show come on. If you know tomorrow, and I will be watching, as a matter of fact, I'm watching Tonight at Midnight, Stars, and the Raising Canaan season preview. I'm watching it. But I also know this. I also know civics. And I also listen to Sirius Satellite Radio Station 126 and learn civics on Sundays. Boy, I'm enhancing my knowledge base. That's why I share with you guys. We must learn what we as my great-grandmother Esther Whitmore used to say, Brian, you better learn your lesson. I'm learning my lesson. That's why I share my lesson with you, and I need us to learn our lesson. With that being said, y'all already know. Tomorrow's Black Friday. I got a couple things I'm going to talk about. I'm supposed to talk about that 50 Cent thing, but we're going to talk about it tomorrow, just in case anybody didn't watch it tonight. Y'all already know it's time to go. 2 fingers, 1 word. It's your man, HRap. Like, comment, subscribe, and guess what? It's time for me to.
And it is necessary for those people who rule over us and who rule over African people the world over, if those people are to stay in power, they must destroy our ability to love each other in a healthy sort of way. This is why